The Kansas State Wildcats travel to the Utah Utes. Utah ranked 11th, no 12th. BYU, their rival, is at 11th. You got two Utah schools inside the top 12, some of the first four out in the projected college football playoff rankings. In this 4 p.m. Eastern time kickoff in Rice-Eccles in Salt Lake City, Utah's favored by 17.5, and the Utes can just taste it, where they're so close to reaching the college football playoff, whether as potentially a Big 12 champion if BYU is able to incur a loss in their final two games, or maybe as an at-large, if they can win out and some chaos ahead of them happens without bumping up a team below them ahead of them, and then you get a Utah as a road team, sure, but in the playoffs regardless after last year's 5-7 campaign. And how much of a Kyle Whittingham moment would that be? He's one of the best head coaches in the sport of college football. More respect needs to be put on his name for the job that he's done this year, for the culture that he's built, for the coaching stability, both from a coordinator angle and him staying there for this long angle and having sustainable success. He needs to be given more credit, and his roster needs to be given more credit. This is the second best team in the Big 12. Make no mistake about it. It is no coincidence that when you look at Utah, they have dominated pretty much everyone outside of BYU and outside of Texas Tech. But we'll talk about their schedule a little bit later. As for Kansas State, we have theirs pulled up. Let's go over the road team. So Kansas State's rebounded a bit after their loss to Iowa State and then near loss to North Dakota, loss to Army. They really kind of got dominated by Arizona. Arizona just missed some field goals, missed some opportunities, and Kansas State got some big plays. Lost in a close one to Baylor, got smoked by Texas Tech, but who hasn't outside of a healthy Arizona State on the road or at home against Texas Tech, you know what I meant. They've been able to beat TCU, Kansas, and UCF pretty convincingly. They were able to beat Oklahoma State, just survive in advance, probably looking ahead a bit to this game against Utah, where this channel will make you a college football expert and help you enjoy watching games and make more accurate predictions. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and watch the video all the way through so that you can get the full package. And check the description and pinned comment for more ways to help yourself and this channel. If Chris Klieman wants to have a successful season, finishing 6-6 with wins over nobodies outside of TCU in that rivalry game against Kansas, that's not going to cut it. You want to come out here, go on the road, beat Utah, beat Colorado, and enter your bowl season with a winning record, with a chance to win 8 games, and at worst, you finish 7-5, 6-3 in the Big 12. That's a pretty impressive rebound given how the season started. For Utah, though, Utah's looking at bigger fish to fry. Every team they've played, outside of Texas Tech and BYU, they've won by, at minimum, 25 points or more. 4 possessions or more in every one of their wins. 4-score lead to close it out. Outside, again, of their losses. BYU by 3, Texas Tech by 24, but that was a close game in the fourth quarter. Even like midway fourth quarter. Just got out of hand later because Utah was trying to win. And when you try to win late, when you're down by 2 scores, it can sometimes get out of hand with turnovers, pick sixes, or your defense trying to sell out to get the big play, and they failed to do so. Winning out here against a Kansas State team who probably is going to go 6-6 and a Kansas team that's flirting with going 6-6, that would only add to their resume, especially if they keep scoring this many points and winning with this type of, margin of victory. That'll buff up their power rating, that'll buff up their resume, that'll give them a better chance to reach the college football playoff as an at-large team. Ultimately, I know they want that rematch with Texas Tech, though, in the Big 12 championship game. And I actually think with a Cincinnati upset over BYU this weekend, which I did predict to happen, and with Utah winning out here and likely winning big in these games, I think that will happen. They wouldn't be favored over Texas Tech, nor should they be, but it would be an interesting rematch. And Whittingham is, I would say at this point, at least a top 10 coach, if not a top 5 coach. Klieman, I respect. I don't pin all of this on him, though some of it is obviously on him. I just think Utah is a different animal from the rest of the Big 12 outside of Texas Tech. And maybe they're not a different animal than BYU, but they're better than the Cougars. So Utah being the second best Big 12 team, they honestly are playing like a Big 10 team. They could win in the Big 10. And with Kansas State kind of being on life support, I love Utah to win and cover here. Thank you for watching. It's my mission on College Football with Sam to make you the most informed, knowledgeable, and entertained fan as possible. We aren't perfect, but we hit the nail on the head more often than we hit our thumb with the hammer. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, and if you're here, you've probably already watched the whole video. So thank you for doing those things.